Hi everyone, Rozotta here and welcome back to another Airsoft video. Today I'm going to be doing a commentary of a recent gameplay. I thought I'd do this because there's a lot that happens in an Airsoft game and there's a lot of things I'm thinking about when I'm playing, but I don't think that necessarily comes across in the usual gameplay videos. So I thought today I'd go through, share my thoughts as I'm playing. Hopefully this will be useful for people looking to get into Airsoft sniping, or perhaps other Airsoft snipers might be able to relate to some of these things. So this is a gameplay recorded at Driver Wood Airsoft, which is a fairly large woodland site in the south of the UK. It's a very popular site. It's popular amongst new players because they have really good facilities and they're very welcoming. As an experienced player, I do find this site a little bit tricky to navigate, if I'm honest. And I say that because the woodland is incredibly diverse. Parts of the woodland are very dense. Parts of the woodland have had a lot of the trees removed, so they're quite open. And there's also areas that have a lot of vehicles, shipping containers, buses. And I find that a lot of the gameplay centers around that area, which means as a ghillie sniper, you're kind of drawn into and are kind of almost forced to use some of this hard cover, which means that your ghillie suit isn't being used effectively. That's just my opinion. It's probably more likely that I'm actually not very good at playing Airsoft, which would be perfectly valid reason as well. But enough about that. Let's get into the gameplay. For this video, I'm using what I would call my go-to loadout, which is essentially my upgraded Tokyo Marui VSR 10 G Spec, Action Army AAP01 pistol, along with my upgraded Tokyo Marui Bodyguard 380. I'm also wearing my Novrich Rozotta ghillie suit, which I've crafted. I'm using my ghillie chest rig as well. So I'd say that's my default loadout, and I use it because it works well. It works effectively. I have all bases covered. Long range, short range, quiet, full auto. It's lightweight as well, which is quite important for me.
One down. No. Just outside the container. I don't know why I'm on this boat. Like, I'm incredibly exposed.
Yeah, I mentioned it there. I'm incredibly exposed on that boat, and it's true. I'm sort of being pulled into the firefight, which is happening near the shipping containers and such like that. I'm probably being a little bit impatient at this point as I head over that way, but I kind of want to get stuck into the action as well.
No way. No way. I don't believe that. I'll have to look at the footage.
Yeah, I get a nice little shot there. You can see though, I'm by this net. My ghillie suit is doing absolutely nothing, but I do have the range advantage on these players, which is why I pushed right back here.
It's clear. I think it's clear. Go, go, go. Oh, hit! Good shot.
There's me saying it's clear, and evidently I didn't check the corners and got shot. Yeah, fair play to that guy who got me there. I had no idea he was there.
Oh, yeah. One down. Oh, just needed to camp my rifle a little bit there.
Yeah, I mentioned it there. I think that's a really good example of canting your rifle, where the first shot hit the tree, tilted the rifle ever so slightly to the left, and was able to get the BB through the trees there and hit that guy by the bus.
Just running there. That was a hit. Oh, that was a hit. Perhaps not.
So I've left this shot in because this is a really good example of how not to use a ghillie suit. You can see that I've basically parked myself next to this blue barrel, which is not providing me with any concealment. Yes, I'm blending in with the trees around the background, but I'm essentially creating an outline of myself by using this barrel as cover. So I've left this clip in as well because I thought I was in a really good position here in terms of concealment. You can see my ghillie suit is working very well, but like most Airsoft games, when you're a ghillie sniper, you can get team killed. It happens a lot. It's quite frustrating. Just got to take it with a pinch of salt really and move on. Also, fair play. Look at my leg. I stretched my leg up there. That's pretty flexible. Jeez. So at this point, the game has reversed and I'm now shooting up towards where I was earlier in the video. I found a really nice little spot here, which is really complementing the colors on my ghillie suit with the greens and the dark browns. That's one thing about Driver Wood, is that they have a lot of evergreen foliage. So there's a lot of greens at the site all year round, which makes it a really good site if you're using a base like Rozotta, which does have splashes of green mixed in with those dark browns. I do think that the Rozotta pattern is very much an autumn-winter pattern. The base color is quite a dark brown and it does lend itself more towards those seasons. So I'm trying to only take shots here when I know that there's a very high chance I'm going to hit the target. This guy's got a couple of GoPros rigged up and he was playing really well all day. I assume he might have a YouTube channel or something like that. So if any of you guys watching know of that channel, then please comment it down below. I would love to check out some of his gameplay.
Sounds like it's raining. I'm undercover, so it's all good. Oh, I should have got that guy slacking. It is raining now. It's very dark. Don't know how the scope cam footage is going to look. Good for me, wearing my dark ghillie suit. I quite like it, to be honest.
So as I mentioned, there is raining quite a lot at this point, which I think personally is an advantage as a ghillie sniper because it can conceal sounds that you're making if you're walking, you know, stepping on twigs, things like that. It's much harder to hear those sounds. The only downside I would say is that if you're taking long range shots and the BB starts to lose that energy, some players might not take a hit because they think it's a raindrop. That is one disadvantage, I would say, to playing in the rain. Yeah, apologies to that guy. I didn't mean to shoot him in the head there when his body was on show. I think my hop up was getting a little bit excited. Probably could have got that guy walking with the big stick. No idea why he was walking with the big stick, but fair enough. It is airsoft, anything goes. That brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed me sharing a bit more insight into what goes through my mind when I'm playing airsoft, sort of tactics I'm using and things I'm thinking about. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and all that good stuff. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this style of video, and if you have any questions about any of the kit I'm using or things that I'm talking about in the video, and I will try to answer them.